for years I had this, I don't want to be looked at as arrogant. I don't want people to think that I think I'm better than them, or, I don't want to put off the vibe that I'm arrogant, right? And that stopped me from really being able to reach the people that needed me.
Today on the We Share podcast, we're joined by advanced certified life coach and personal stylist, Sheri Brasier. Welcome to the We Share podcast. I'm Julie.
I'm Alex.
We share ourselves and we provide a platform for others to share.
We believe everyone has a purpose and a story to tell.
And we're back on the We Share podcast. I'm Julie.
And I'm Alex.
And Alex, why don't you take a moment and introduce our special guest today?
Yes, today we have Sheri Brasier. She is a personal stylist and advanced life and style coach. So welcome, Sheri.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we are so excited.
I'm so glad you're fitting us in, because I found out you've been in London, and I know we have lots to talk about with what you're doing, but please tell me why you were in London. That's so fun.
I know, right? So it's kind of an interesting way that I got there. I have a friend that her daughter got married last year in Paris. And so I went to Paris last year in September, and my son and his wife, they weren't married at the time, but they were dating and engaged, and they were going to come with me to Paris. And so I got them tickets to go to Paris, and then they decided that they weren't going to come. So that means that I have a whole bunch of Delta credits to use. So I have a friend and client that has been a client of mine for 20 plus years. And she spent a couple of years in London and said, "Hey, do you want to go to London?" And I said, "I have credits. I have Delta credits. Let's go." So we went to London for 8 days just as a fun trip.
Good for you. That's so awesome.
I Facebook stalked you a little bit because I knew you were in London, obviously, because we connected to get you on here. And I saw you made some purchases in London, which I think would segue nicely into what you do. So why don't we talk about those purchases? And
yes, I posted on my social media that my purchase on one of the last days of my trip was a suitcase, because I bought an English Fascinator, which is an English hat.
I love this. And what
She's
does it
like
like? Can you
Abbey.
explain it? Yeah.
I could show you because it's right there in that box.
Oh,
It's
so
right above my head.
cute. Yeah, so cute.
So, it's an English hat, and it, you've seen Kate Middleton wear a hat, English, and I just have always thought they were so cool. Just a great style statement, and English people have the best dress, I think.
They're
And
so classy.
yes, so classy, just very debonair and elegant, which is totally my jam. And so when I went to Paris, I was thinking that I wanted to get something that was, Parisian and whatnot. And I didn't get as much time to shop in Paris as I would have wanted, but there's never enough time to shop, if you ask me. So when we were in London, we did a lot of shopping. And one of the Hobbs London store that we went into, they had the Fascinators. And I just was like, I have to have one. I have to bring that home. So I had to buy a suitcase to get it home because the hat box is giant.
Yeah, and you're not going to have a beautiful hat like that and let it get squished. That's not happening.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And then I had to buy a dress to go with it.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt.
That goes without saying. I'm just curious if when you put the Fascinator on, do you then all of a sudden have a British accent?
I hope so.
Because I think I would find mine.
Yeah.
I think I would discover it. I had a girlfriend.
Literally.
I had a friend go to Paris last year, and she brought me back a beret. So I feel kind of like a bond here.
Yeah.
Like, you need to go back to Paris and get a beret.
Soul sisters with fashion. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that we're talking fashion, why don't you tell us about your business?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a personal stylist, but really I have been a hairstylist for almost 30 years. That's what I always dreamed of doing when I was a little girl is doing hair. And I love, love, love doing hair. I've loved it every day that I've done it. And I transitioned into being a personal stylist during COVID because obviously the pandemic shut my salon down, made things a lot more difficult for me to do hair. And not only that, um, standing behind a chair for 30 years is really hard on your body. So I had been considering something different for probably a couple of years before that, I'm going to need to find something to transition into because it's hard on your body. So when COVID happened, I retired in quotes, right? And realized during that time that I wanted to be a life coach anyway. So I went to school during COVID to become a life coach and was certified as an advanced life coach. So I did that for the first couple of years out of COVID, just being a life coach. And it was really based around self-confidence because as we all know, as women entrepreneurs, we usually want to teach others what we've learned ourselves, right? And so I had worked on my own self-confidence for years and wanted to help other women. And being in the salon and being behind the chair, working with women, I had helped women with their confidence just because that's what we do as hairdressers. That's just something
Julie,
that we do.
yeah, Julie 100% gets that because she's a lash
Yeah, one of my
and
jobs is
brow
I'm a lash
specialist.
artist.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely
Yeah.
your job is not just to create beauty, but you create powerful women by helping
Yes.
them learn just more about themselves and to be confident with what we're doing. And it's not about putting on a fake persona or whatever. It's about basically uncovering the best parts of you.
Right.
And with a great haircut or a great color or great lashes, whatever
Yeah,
it is you're looking
enhancing
for.
natural beauty.
Yeah, it's just
Bringing it
enhancing. I
out.
was just saying this morning. I was saying that I have a saying I say all the time. I might not be the prettiest, or I might not be the best dressed, or the richest, or whatever. But I
She
can
is all
always
of those things, by the way.
Thank you. But I can always be the best smelling in the room.
Oh,
Ooh.
no, that's me.
Yeah, and so
I'm gonna steal that one.
I always aim for that. And then my next thing is I might not have all those things, the best dressed or the best, whatever, but I have a beautiful smile and I can always have white teeth. And so
Yes.
I always make sure my teeth are very white. These are things that just create confidence in yourself. It's not arrogance. It's putting
Yeah.
the best part of yourself forward.
Yes, I 100% agree.
Nailed it.
I was probably into my career doing hair 7 or 8 or 10 years maybe, and I realized that I was having a lot of my clients would come and sit in my chair and they would say, "I'm so glad to be here because I can never make my hair look like you can." And which, okay, great, I'll take that compliment, thanks. But more than that, I was like, oh, so you haven't liked your hair for 6 weeks because you can't do it yourself. Like the only time you like it is when I do it. That I haven't done my job if that's what's happening, right? And so at that point, I kind of took it on myself. Like I'm going to teach every client that I have in my chair how to do their hair at home so that they can have good hair every day and teach them the skills. And that's when I learned, oh, our moms didn't know, and so they didn't teach us. Like our moms didn't know, so
I just
it's
thought
not their fault.
my mom didn't care.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah, but the ability is there. And I think
It
part
is,
of
yeah.
this is that it's a relationship that you build with people. So I'm assuming in your business, Sheri, people build relationships with you with the confidence of, I want to be my best self. Please help me be my best self. And you being an educator helps them be their best self.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, for sure. And I think that a lot of people, most of us women want to be our best selves, but we have so much mind drama about what that means and that we don't, because for years I had this, I don't want to be looked at as arrogant. I don't want people to think that I think I'm better than them, or I don't want to put off the vibe that I'm arrogant, right? And that stopped me from really being able to reach the people that needed me and I can infuse belief into someone like it's a gift that I have. I don't know. It's just that's what people tell me, right? But I would hold that back because I didn't want people to think I was arrogant. And so I think a lot of women think that if they do eyelashes or if they, they spend money on clothes or if they spend time getting dressed in the morning and putting themselves together, that means that they're arrogant. That means that they think highly of themselves, too highly of themselves. And uh, I I feel like I'm more accomplished and I get more done when I spend that time on myself, put myself together the way that makes me feel good about myself. Then I don't have the noise in the back of my mind like, oh no, somebody's going to see me and I didn't do my hair today. Or don't look at my makeup because I didn't do my makeup today. Or don't look at my outfit because I'm cleaning the bathroom. Like all of those excuses and those little clarifying things that we do, like that takes up so much energy.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
We're definitely like-minded, Julie,
Yeah.
you and I.
Yeah, we're working on the same level here. I also appreciate too that when someone comes to Sheri and says, "Hey, help me with this," whether it be my hair or my style or whatever, it is always wonderful to have mentors in our lives. And we have all this noise that you're talking about going on in our head, and we can't even see ourselves. But Sheri can see me. And she can go, I see you so beautiful looking this way, or this highlights your great eyes, or this color brings out your skin tone. And when I develop a relationship with somebody like Sheri, who is going to give me that feedback, they're the ones that are looking at me all the time. I'm not looking at myself. I don't have a mirror in front of me. So it's so wonderful to have it's almost like a confidant or a coach in your corner that's helping you with this self-confidence game that us as women so often struggle with.
For sure.
Which some women might be. I mean, we have friends that help us at times, but maybe you're afraid or timid to ask, or maybe you don't want to share, hey, I've got a tip or advice because you don't want to be taken the wrong way. So these women come to you for your professional advice, opinions, life coaching. What does that look like? So say I just call you up, walk us through the whole process.
I ask a lot of clarifying questions before we get to the point where I say, okay, this is how we work together and this is what comes first. But a lot of my clients, I mean, I can't think of any of them right now off the top of my head that don't feel this way when they start working with me. They think that their wardrobe is a dumpster fire and everything's just going to have to be tossed. Like we're just going to have to start over because if you're looking for me, then this is what they think. This is not my words. These are my clients' words. If they're looking for me, then that means that they need an overhaul in their closet, that they don't have things that are nice or that will do. Or that's just all they have is meh, it'll do. Right. And so a lot of women think that they can't work with me until they have their closets organized or until they've gone through and taken out all of the things they don't want or whatever it is. They have all of these thoughts that they have to do all this pre-work beforehand. And I don't want you to do any of that. I want to come into your closet the way it is now. And I want to today come up and create 8 to 10 outfits out of what you already have right now without buying a single thing, without getting rid of a single thing. I'm going to come in and make 8 outfits, at least 8 outfits with what you already have in your closet that you just didn't realize how to put them together to make new outfits. They're new to you outfits, but you didn't have to go shopping and get a whole bunch of new clothes. My clients' closets are not dumpster fires. They aren't. We are business women. Most of us have a little bit of game going on, right?
Yeah.
But we just don't really feel like complete, the outfit's complete, or like I have an issue with shoes, or I don't really know how to accessorize. And so we have all that noise in the back of our head that we're not doing it right. So to answer your question, Alex, I go into my clients' closets for an hour and make outfits first, because in doing that, I'm teaching them about their body shape and what colors look good on them, and getting their style personality figured out and giving them tips. It's like a little mini class, little mini master class. And then they have outfits that they didn't have yesterday, and they're excited to get dressed. They see the potential of, oh, I guess I didn't realize that. How come I didn't know that? How come I didn't know that that dress was creating that silhouette? Or that's why I like it. I didn't know why I like it, but I've always loved that shirt, or I've always loved that dress, or whatever, but I didn't know why. And then I can come in and say, well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly what it's doing for your body and why you love it so much. And then you can go out and find more things like that, because you know now what you're looking for. And the same is true for the opposite. I've always hated this shirt. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, but I just don't like it, but I can't get rid of it for whatever reason.
Probably because we spent too much money on it.
Yeah.
That's
right?
usually my reason. If there's something I'm holding on to, I'm like
right?
attached for a dumb reason.
Yep. And I can take those pieces after I've been there for, 32 seconds, and figure out what you have in your wardrobe that we can add to whatever that piece is that you feel like you need to wear because you've spent so much money on it, or whatever the reason is, you don't want to get rid of it. I can help you bring it together in an outfit so that you don't have to get rid of it, so that you can use it in your wardrobe and you don't have to feel like you're getting rid of something, throwing away money, wasting money, whatever it is that we all think. I can help you be able to modify so that it can stay in your wardrobe if you want to. If you don't want it and you're like, I'm just not going to wear it, I give you permission to let it go. And these are the reasons why you're letting it go, because it doesn't work for you in these reasons. It's a lot easier to get rid of something and to pass it on to the next owner when you know this is not working for me, and these are the reasons why.
That definitely has been something that's helped me, although I need to get rid of more. But I love taking things and donating them, because I feel like I'm giving some great things to other people that need it, and it's just taking up space at my house, and I'm not going to wear it. So I believe in secondhand stores. I know when they see me coming, they're like, oh, we're going to get some good stuff today.
Yeah.
And I make a little extra money on the side. So that's nice too.
Yeah. I like this concept too, that I think us as women frequently live in a state of mind of, well, if I lose that 20 pounds, then I will look good in this outfit. Or if I get that promotion at work, then I'll be happy. Or when my kid starts driving, then life is going to get easier. We're always living in these if then concepts. And by working with you, there is no if then, it's now. Let's make it work now. And you can look beautiful if you're carrying extra weight or you're not. You can look beautiful if your hair's long or short. Like, there is no if then.
Like, put your best foot forward today.
Yeah.
I know I used to, and I don't do this anymore, but I used to save the nice things. Like, I used to have my favorite purse, but that was expensive and nice. But then I would save it. I wouldn't use it because I wouldn't want it to get old. And I'm like, that is doing no good. Like, use the stuff you have. Wear the stuff you buy. Like, and if you don't, bless it and give it to someone else that can use it.
Yeah. And this just came up on Monday when I was with a client, going back to the, I'll lose weight and then, I'll whatever it is. And then one of my clients that I met with on Monday to do I call it an outfit session, where we went and made outfits out of the clothes that she already has. And in the process, of course, I always know where you're the most self-conscious of your body, by your actions, by what you do, right? Like, I read body language, right? And so for this particular client, I knew that she was sensitive around the middle part of her body, which most of us are, right? My clients are over 40. they've had kids, we're going through menopause, like our bodies aren't like they used to be. And so, my body's been through a whole gamut of things too. And so it's not abnormal that we are self-conscious about our stomachs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I was teaching her the concepts of the silhouette and how to create the silhouette that you want, and the tactics and the strategies that I use to teach that. And I was telling her the ways that you accentuate the best parts and bring attention to the things that you want to bring attention to. And I told her that you tell people where to look
Mm-hmm.
by how you dress. So if you don't want people to look at your stomach, then tell them where you want them to look instead.
Mm-hmm. A great pair of earrings.
Intentionally.
Don't buy
Yeah.
a crop top.
Yeah. A
If you
great
don't
pair of
want
earrings
it.
draws the eyes up. Or
Right.
Yep.
yeah,
Right.
and
Or
that is so
smile.
important that you're teaching women that, because a top that might look good on me because of my body shape won't look good on somebody else because maybe their shoulders are too broad. Or
Right.
yeah, or maybe that top is too square and they're already a square, so you're emphasizing the square.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of women will think, well, I can't wear the trends because my body shape is XYZ. But for me, I'm like, that's not even a thing, because if you're, doesn't matter what your body shape is, if you want to wear that trend, I will figure out how to make it work with your body shape, because it's all about shapes and proportions and balancing and all of that kind of stuff, which I have been doing for 30 years in the salon, is shapes and
Right.
making things fall a certain way, working with hair textures, working with the different textures and curl and thickness and thinness of hair. And I see shapes, and I can create whatever I want to create with shapes. And so it doesn't matter what your body shape is.
So
I can help you wear whatever trend you want to wear.
you do outfit sessions. Do you actually do buying sessions with clients too? Do you
Hmm.
sit down, they can shop with you maybe online or at a local boutique or
Hmm.
whatever?
Let's
Yes,
talk. I want to know how much this costs too, to let's share with
I
our listeners.
I will tell you. So I have a couple of different ways that I can work with clients depending on what their finances are, depending on whether they're local or whether they're remote. I have clients all over the world. So and I, like, a lot of people can't get Amazon in Africa or whatever. So I'm shopping at their local places for them, helping them find things in their local places because they're not in the US. Canada is pretty good, but even Canada has some funny things. And with the tariffs and stuff that are going on, I have no idea what that's going to do to shopping and whatever. But I can do shopping online, I can do shopping in person. And once we figure out what you need in your wardrobe, it's usually not very many items. You usually don't need very many things. You might need a good pair of jeans or whatever, and we can do shopping online. I have lots of places I shop online, or if you're local, I'm happy to go with you in person, and we just decide that together depending on what the client needs and wants from me. I just decide that then. Um, and if you want to work with me one-on-one, that's a one-on-one ticket. That's my package deal for my one-on-one clients. And for 6 months, I usually like to have people work with me for 6 months, because it takes a little bit of time to get the closet and the wardrobe and all of that kind of stuff uploaded into my digital closet, because you will have a digital closet as well, so that I can work on your closet remotely. I don't have to be in your house, but I can put outfits together out of your closet with your clothes, because it's all uploaded online, which
Oh,
is
that's
super cool.
fun. That's fun. That reminds me of
Yeah. And
my
then you can
Lululemon
take it.
closet.
Hmm.
Yeah, then you can take it with you. So if you're shopping, in Tahiti or whatever, and you've got internet access, you just pull up your digital closet, and I've got recommendations in there for you, and you buy whatever you want to buy wherever you are. So you get to take your closet with you. I get to take your closet with me, and it works really well, but it takes some time to get that all solidified and get the client portal up and running. And so I have people work with me for at least 6 months, and that's a $3,000 investment to work with me for 6 months. So it's basically like a $500 a month type of
service
payment structure.
is that
Or
is that including the life coaching? Is that an add-on?
the life coaching just comes with it because I can't help myself.
Perfect.
Like she's just a born educator,
Yeah.
like she said. I want to remind people, they might have gone, oh, $3,000 or $500. Do you know how much money I spend at Nordstrom Rack? It's out of control.
I know. They really should be sponsoring our
They
podcast
really should be.
We spend a lot of money
So when someone like Sheri helps you get core pieces in your wardrobe that you can mix and match with a whole bunch of things, $500 a month is nothing.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to tell you that $500 a month to have someone that's going to make sure that you look amazing and that you know what types of clothes work good on your body shape, you can't unsee that. You can't unknow that. So
Right.
whether you work with me for 6 months and then we never see each other again, I have given you so much information that is going to change your life and your daughter's lives and your granddaughter's lives.
Right. The confidence.
My mom didn't teach me. Your mom's probably didn't teach you. I don't have any girls. I only have boys. So I got to teach all the girls all the stuff, right? Because we need to know.
Yeah.
I love this. All right.
Super fun.
Sheri, we're getting close on time. First off, would you give us all of the ways that people can get a hold of you? How, if I'm listening to this, I want Sheri to help me, how do we find you?
Yeah. For those people needing style.
And confidence.
And coaching.
I am most active in my private Facebook group, and it's called The Stylish Professional. I work with business owners, working women that want to get that promotion. They're ready to make more money. They want to be a voice in the room, and it all starts with confidence. And clothing is a really easy, cheap way to get confidence. So the Stylish Professional is my Facebook group, and that's where I'm the most active. You can find me on Instagram at Sheri Brasier Style. I have a website, sheribrasier.com, and Facebook is Sheri Brasier Style. Anywhere that you can find my name, that's where I'm at.
I'm going to tell you, I Googled you and it's everywhere. So
yeah, she's everywhere.
Yeah, it's super easy. Let me spell out your name for people. It's Sheri. So Sheri, last name Brasier, Braiser. So
Brasier.
Oh, see, even I did it wrong. So there you go. I'm so glad we did that so that people don't.
Like Brasier.
Brasier. There we go.
Yes, it's French.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I'm down. I love brunch.
All right, Sheri, leave us with some closing thoughts. Any life advice you have for people? Maybe something that you would talk with your clients about, or something that you've lived by. Whatever you feel like you need to leave on the We Share podcast.
Well, there's so many things, but I am all about self-confidence, and so it has just changed my life in the most amazing ways to really know who I am and what my gifts are and how I bless the world. And when you know what your gifts are and what you are really good at, what your strengths are, and you can really give yourself permission to own those things and then decide, I want to go out and help people with those things. I want to bless other people's lives. That brings in confidence like nothing else will. So learn who you are and what your gifts are and what you're good at, and go bless the world. We need it. We need you.
I'm so glad you added that last sentence right there, because the gifts are there for a reason, because everybody else around you needs them. You're a needed person in this world. And if you don't uncover your gifts, you're not giving to people what they need. And I also think it kind of closes you off and you don't get what you need from other people.
It's why we're here.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're here to share and grow and learn. I mean, it's why we do We Share. So you wrap that up perfectly for us.
Thank you so much, Sheri.
You.
It's
You're
been
welcome.
wonderful having you on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Hey,
this was so fun.
And if you take another impromptu trip to London, hey, we got a couple gals here. We're down.
I think you
for sure. It is definitely going to be a thing.
Paris
I came home
and
with
London.
my sister, like, we are going. We are going to London. Girls trip to London.
Well, you need to tie in maybe I was going to say Italy, Greece.
We could do a whole 2 weeks. We could just keep going.
They're all so great.
I mean, really, wouldn't it be the best for me to do a style retreat in London?
Yep.
Come on.
Think it would
there we go.
Downright.
You heard it here first,
yes.
ladies.
Yeah, there we go.
You're just going to, well, you just put it out in the universe. It's going to happen
now. All right. Thank you, Sheri.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining us today on the We Share podcast.
If you've loved what you've heard, please give us a 5-star rating, tell your friends, and share this show.
You can also follow us for recipes, lifestyle and fashion tips, book reviews, and more on WeSharePodcast.com.
Join our Share Squad and sign up for our newsletter there.
We would love to connect with you.
We share on TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. Give us a follow.
A big goodbye squeeze and sending you all our love from Alex and Julie.
Join us next week on the We Share podcast.